Good evening, hello, and thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I am Thomas Metal 75, and this is your Massachusetts Beer Review. And today is yet another Shipyard beer. They are located in Portland, Maine. Shipyard. This is their tulip style glass. And this one comes from that dreaded months and months and months old variety 12-pack. This one actually says on the bottle, it says it right here on the neck. You can't even see it, but it says it. Born on date is 10/30/2016. So, not happy that this store is selling the old beer. I won't go into many more details on that. But this is the Shipyard's Chamberlain Pale Ale. Year-round beer. I guess they say on their website this one is named after the renowned Civil War hero Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. He's so renowned I haven't even heard of the guy. 4.9, I should say, percent alcohol by volume. This artwork was done by Ken Hendrickson. You can find him at www.civilwarartist.com. So that's pretty cool. It's a English style ale. They're calling it a English pale ale on Beer Advocate. It's got 65 IBUs, which is hard for me to believe. And they're using, I believe they said Tettnanger and Cascade and something else I'm forgetting right now. Tettnanger, Cascade, and Nugget hops or something like that. I'll get back to you on that right in the description. But yes, the last beer that we reviewed from these fine folks at Shipyard was their export ale, which had all kinds of diacetyl notes in that one, the buttery notes. So I'm going to, again, keep an open mind on this one and review it for how this particular bottle has been going. But so far, no good success from these, two beers. But hopefully this one tastes a little better. So on your Chamberlain Pale Ale, it's definitely, I would say it's a copper amber color with a nice white head. So it does have a nice British kind of a look and feel to it. It did have a nice hiss when it opened, not too many streaming bubbles, but it is keeping that nice fluffy head, so looks appealing. Let's get the nose on the Chamberlain Pale Ale. Yeah, there's still diacetyl in this one. You're still getting that popcorny, buttery note. Nowhere near as strong as in the export ale. I'm almost getting a dirty tap water note, if that makes any sense. Yeah, dirty, buttery. I'm not getting, I'm getting some just English kind of fruit notes that you can get from the yeast. And some grainy notes. But yeah, that dirty tap water mixed with buttery notes, buttery toffee notes is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, it sounds real appealing. Let's see if it tastes even better. Yeah, Dickie's Beer Reviews. For sure, it tastes better than export ale, but you're still getting the diacetyl notes. The diacetyl buttery popcorn is kind of mixed with this toffee note. Maybe it's that this one's a little bit old, but it's not extremely hoppy. 65 IBUs, I'm not even detecting a majority of that. I am getting a spicy kind of a hop note. And some of those caramel and toffee malts are in there. There's a little bit of a graininess. There's a little bit of that mineraliness. I guess that's the dirty tap water note that I'm getting. Yeah, minerally. And that's pretty much it on that. with the flavor, not very complex. I'm not really getting a lot of the hop notes that I kind of want, but it is drinking like a English style pale ale, where it does have more of a fruitier note than just hoppy bomb. But at this point in time, I think the hops are subdued enough where it just has the amber ale tastes to it. And I appreciate all of the love and support Dickie's Beer Reviews Live is giving me on the chat. Thank you, brother. The body on this one is on the light side of medium, but it's medium, I would say. There is some crispness. It does have a sweet, slightly toffee, sticky note. Not very much of that, and it does dry after a while. So I would say clean. And the refreshment is there. I think on the medium side, I wouldn't want a whole bunch of these. Dickie hates hops. I love hops. I don't think at the medium level here and how it's drinking that I don't want this flavor, you know, as a sessionable beer. But it can be a sessionable beer for sure. Is it as bad as the export ale from these guys, Shipyard Brewing Company, that I gave a 40 out of 100, a D-? No. Am I going to give this thing any high praise on that? No. I'm going to give this one another sip. I'm going to give this one, see, the Bros, I noticed on gave it an 83. I'm not going to be quite that generous. I'll just give it a plain old C-. It's not a foul beer. It's far from great. I think my rating could potentially change with the Chamberlain Pale Ale and even my review of the export ale from Shipyard if they were a little bit fresher in date, so that they didn't have this diacetyl yeasty foul note from the off-brewing process. Although a lot of the beers that come out from Shipyard Brewing Company are known to have these diacetyl notes. That's sort of a characteristic flavor to some of these every year Shipyard beers, or year-round Shipyard beers. Kent Beer Review says, that's bad, an old beer in a mixed pack. Well, if you hadn't seen you or Dickie's Beer Reviews that are watching right now, or anybody else that may watch this, if you haven't seen my Shipyard Export Ale review, what happened was I bought a seasonal variety pack from Shipyard Brewing Company, and it was actually in the refrigerated section. It was in the cooler at my local beer store, and it said it was seasonal. It said it had this beer in it, their export ale, a seasonal beer, and then one that said other. So I don't know what that meant, but I open up the package, and then I see, I bought it at the end of May, and then I see it says Smashed Pumpkin. So they're selling a pumpkin beer live in May, and then it had chocolate milk stout, which I found out it's only in their winter variety pack. So that's how I know that this one is not fresh. But the chocolate milk stout's okay, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go off of buying these mixed variety packs for a while, unless it's like Samuel Adams that keeps them fresh all year round. But I'm going to give that a C-. I guess a C- could be like a 69 to 70 overall. Not the worst beer I could be drinking, but it's certainly not really a great or desirable beer unless fresh, I guess. Dickie says he's going to get screwed up and drinking since I did my beer review earlier. Well, cheers to you, Dickies, for trying to do the whole beer review thing. I will definitely watch. I'll definitely look you up. And cheers to Kent's Beer Reviews. And one other guy that's watching me live, I appreciate it. And to all of you out there in YouTube land, this has been Shipyard's Chamberlain Pale Ale. Till next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. And we'll see you soon. Support Dickie's Beer Reviews.